Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is a beauty wish list video. So I've started this series this year because I'm on a beauty budget and I want to think a little bit more about items that I'm purchasing. So I started a wish list so that when I want to buy something, is it something that I've already been thinking about? Is it on the wish list, or is it just me being like, ooh, shiny object, buy it? Which I'm not gonna lie, it's happened a few times already, but that is kind of the purpose of me doing this wish list. It's also a little bit of like window shopping as well, which I have no problems window shopping. I love window shopping. I don't feel the need to buy everything I see, even though I wish I could. But having said that, if you're on a really tight budget, or if you find this kind of discussion too tempting and you don't want any part of it, feel free to exit the video now. I won't be upset. I totally get it. Sometimes you just need to stay away from the temptation, and I totally understand. So I've been doing this video about every other month, and I've been sort of keeping track of all the things that I've been interested in a spreadsheet. So I'm going to try not to cover anything that I've already talked about and just talk about some new things. And by new things, I don't necessarily mean new, but things that I haven't talked about before. Some of the products that I talk about are things that have been around for a while and I've just never tried or never bought, and I'm still interested in them. So part of the impetus for this round is I do have a $100 gift certificate for Shoppers Drug Mart, which is our one of our major drugstore retailers. So in the States, you've got Walgreens. I can't think of any other names off the top of my head, but Walgreens is one of them. And then I guess Ulta has drugstore stuff too, but Shoppers Drug Mart is more like a Walgreens type place where it's like a drugstore, but they also sell makeup. So yeah, I do have a $100 gift card for Shoppers Drug Mart. Thanks, Dad. So I want to spend that gift card in July, which is my birthday month, and I kind of want to spend it a little more on some fun things. I feel like I've not been super restrictive, but I, for the most part, have been pretty restrictive in terms of what I've been buying. Even particularly makeup wise, I've been really trying to think about what I'm buying and feature things in videos if I'm buying them. I also have sort of a makeup count where I'm trying to keep myself under 4 items in a particular category. So no more than 4 bronzers, no more than 4 blushes. We're mostly good on that. You'll see in my next buys and buys where things are a little out of whack, but not too much. And then again, I've talked about in my buys and buys, which is my budget video, that 2 exceptions to that are mascara and concealer. I have been buying mascara and concealers to do sort of a roundup test of drugstore mascaras and drugstore concealers. I'm working on that right now. Just takes a lot of time. So yeah, I kind of want to be a little bit more fun with this, if that makes sense, and not restricting myself too much in terms of what I'm looking at. So I've made a list of, it was supposed to be 10, but it's 11 items of what I'm looking at, and they're all products that I can get at Shoppers Drug Mart. Majority of them are drugstore priced or drugstore type items. There's maybe, I would say, 3 that are not, maybe 4. One's kind of in the middle. But yeah, so let's get started. The first item that I've had my eye on is the True Match Lumi Powder Bronzer. It's the large bronzer thing. I've seen, I think, Jessica Braun talk about this. I do like a glowy bronzer. I love bronzers. If you've watched my channel for a while, I love bronzers. I go through them fairly quickly. I go through them faster than highlighter or blush. And I like a glowy bronzer. I think I like a glowy bronzer a little bit more than a matte bronzer, but I do have some matte bronzers, and I feel like this would be a really nice product to work with some of those matte bronzers. I feel like too, it says I can use it all over the body. Yeah, it just really, really intrigues me. It's one of those objects that's shiny object and I want to buy it, which I've somewhat quelled when it comes to highlighters, because I feel like I don't use highlighters, even though they're shiny and pretty. I don't use them as much. I'm still in that mindset with bronzers and blush that I'm ooh, shiny object. And this is one of those I've always wanted to try this. It looks attractive and it looks like something that I could just take a big fluffy brush and summertime dust it all over and being a glowy bronze goddess that I am not, but in my head I am. So yeah, so that's one item. Although, again, some of these items, like this is $21.99. That's expensive. I don't know the size of this. I'll have to look it up maybe on Ulta or somewhere else to see if I can find out what the size is, and I'll hopefully put it up on the screen with the other information. But $21.99, like it's really expensive. I don't know why it's so pricey. I hope it's a lot of product for that price. The second item that I've been looking at is a Milani Baked Blush. There we go. And originally I was looking at Luminoso because everybody talks about Luminoso. I've never tried Luminoso, but I'm looking at the shades, and there's two other shades that really like pique my interest. The first one is called Rose, I'm gonna mispronounce this, Doro. I think it's like golden rose, gold rose, rose gold. It's definitely a color I think is more, I think I'm looking for more of like a bronzy blush, kind of like, I know they call them the bronzers, but they're not really, they're more blush from Bare Minerals, but I've been looking at sort of like my blush collection, and I want some more neutral or brown or like bronzy type blushes, ones that are not just pink. And I feel like the rose one, there's also another one, I can't think of the name off the top of my head, I didn't write it down, but there's two other colors that I'm kind of like, I think I like those ones maybe a little bit better. I've always wanted to try Milani I said it again, Milani Baked Blush. So that's on my radar, and it's $11.99 at Shoppers Drug Mart. Item number 3 is the first item that's not a drugstore type product, but you can get this at Shoppers Drug Mart. They do have some high-end makeup as well, so they do carry NARS. And the first thing I was looking at was the NARS Light Reflecting Pressed Setting Powder, and this is $50 Canadian. This is something I think Michelle Wong has talked about, and it's something that's been around for a long time, and it's something that I've always eyed. Back in the day, I used to have really oily skin. I've said this a million times, so I eyed it back then for that reason. And now I've been eyeing it because I'm wondering if, even if I don't have oily skin, would this be a really nice just finishing powder, kind of like the Hourglass powders. I'm just super curious. Would this just sort of be a nice, like, again, my skin's a bit more mature, there's texture. Some days, like, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on camera. I'm wearing a lot of foundation right now because my skin is having a bit of a freak out, which it does every once in a while, and it's like very textured and red. And so yeah, I'm just wondering if like this powder would be a nice powder to sort of like diffuse some of that without being heavy. Like, again, I'm wearing pretty heavy foundation right now because of the way my face was looking prior to filming, and I didn't know what it was going to look like on camera, so I just like, let's just slap on a ton of foundation. But in my day-to-day life, I feel like I've been going pretty thin with my foundation and using a little bit of powder to sort of like finish it, like finish the look a little bit more, and I like the way that looks, sort of like 2 thin layers. So I don't know, maybe my expectation for this product is too high. I'm also looking at it thinking about, a lot of you probably already know what this product is because you probably have it too or had it. It's the Bare Minerals Duo, where there was like a matte side and a glowy side. I still have that product. It was like a baked product. It came in BoxyCharm, and the white powder is very white. Like, it is white. Like, it looks white on my face at least. And I'm slightly concerned that this powder would be white, but I feel like if Michelle Wong uses it, then it's probably okay. I don't know. I'm curious to know what you guys think. I'm curious to know if anybody's used this. Actually, for any of the products that I mentioned, I'd love to know what your thoughts are if you've tried the product and if you think I would like it as well. Item number 4 is Milani. I have quite a few Milani things on here. The Look All-Inclusive Eye, Cheek, and Face Palette. This is $22.99. I believe Emily Noel has reviewed these and she likes them. There's 2 that I have my eye on. There's the light one and then there's the smoky one. I can't decide, to be honest, which one I would like more, but I do like the idea of this palette. So I say that now. It's like one of those things, like I say one thing and I say a different thing. So I'm not a big face palette person. I've talked about this in the past, that I try and restrict how many face palettes I buy because I just don't reach for them as much as I would like to. This one kind of is a little bit different because it's a face and eye palette. I don't think I have any face and eye palettes, and I feel like this would be kind of a cool thing to have, just to throw in my bag to, like, if I'm going away for a weekend or if I'm going on a quick trip. This would be a nice all-in-one palette to just throw in your bag. And yeah, and it's fairly affordable. I mean, it's $22.99, which is still kind of expensive, but it's sort of similar to the Charlotte Tilbury ones, which I think are like $100 Canadian or something. Like, they're super expensive. So I feel like this would be worth it. It'd be fun to try. Item number 5 is another NARS product. So again, this is a category of foundation where I've been trying not to buy any new foundations because I bought a lot of foundations last year because I did some foundation testing. But I'm using them up, I'm getting through them, and I'm getting close to feeling comfortable in buying a new foundation. And the one I've had my eye on for quite some time, I think I actually have already talked about it now that I'm saying this. Dang it. Sorry if you've watched some of my previous wishlist videos. I did talk about this. I'm certain I've talked about this. It's the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I think that's the new foundation. This is $65 Canadian. I did swatch this in store not too long ago. I can't tell what shade though would work for me. I think either Yukon or Vienna, but I feel like they were both off still. I think Vienna might be the better one for me. But I'm not 100% sure because I was like, the shades just seemed really kind of all over the place. I mean, I was just swatching like on my hand, which I know is not a great swatch. But yeah, anyway, this is similar to like the powder. Like, it's a light reflecting foundation. I've heard a lot of good things about this on YouTube. I've watched quite a few people review this, and the style of foundation it is sounds like it's my kind of foundation, at least for my tastes right now. Item number 6 is the Maybelline SuperStay Vinyl Ink Liquid Lipstick in Cheeky. The shade that I think I would like the best is Cheeky. This is $16.99 at Shoppers Drug Mart. This is a product that I want to try, but I feel like I won't like, but I still want to try it anyway. I've tried a similar product to this. I think L'Oreal used to have a product kind of like this, and I did not like it. And yeah, but I know, again, I think this is another item that Jessica Braun really likes. I think Leah Janae also talked about this and liked it. Yeah, I'm intrigued though. I'm intrigued to try it and to see if I actually would like it. But yeah, I think I would only just buy maybe the one shade in Cheeky. I think that would definitely be a shade that I would like. Item number 7 is the Benefit WANDERful World of Blushes. So this is actually a fairly new item, I think. This is probably one of the newest items on my list. And this is the box of, what do they call it? Boxo powder blush for face, and they've released a whole bunch of them, like in a bigger size and a mini size. I actually again did go into a Sephora and swatch these. Initially I thought I'd really like Terra, but on swatch I think I liked Pompom a little bit better. Again, looking at Pompom and Terra, they're more of that like brownie pink color. Like, well, Terra's actually more of a redishy color and Pompom's a bit more of a brownie pink. I think it's hard for me to decide because I felt like I liked Pompom as a color, like on the swatch a little bit better, but I think it might be kind of similar to what I already have. Terra seemed much different. Terra was much more like an orangey red. It was very different, and the other difference is, for whatever reason, why do you do this, Benefit? There is no mini in the Pompom shade, but there is a mini in the Terra shade. It's so confusing to me that why wouldn't you release minis of all, like, I think there's also a shade in the mini that's not in the big size, something like that. I was like, it's so bizarre, why would you do it like that? But anyway, I'm really interested in this blush, again, because it's a different color, like that reddish, bronzy blush, like a one and done. Like, I could just sort of throw it on as like the color on my face. I don't need to use bronzer, or I could use the Lumi bronzer just to dust all over. But yeah, that's why I'm interested in the Terra color specifically, because it is a bit more like a reddish, and same with Pompom. Pompom was a bit more of like a brownie pink color. It wasn't quite so pink. I feel like I got a lot of pink blushes, to be honest. I got a lot of blushes, to be honest, let's be real. And the retail price of the full size is $39. I didn't write the size of the price of the mini down, but I think it's $23 for the mini. Item number 8 is the Clarins Lip Comfort Oil in Cherry. These are $30 each. They have pretty good reviews. And again, I'm really into the lip oil thing these days. I feel like since I've tried the NYX lip oil, and then I have the Merit one, which I really like, that this is another one that I'm really intrigued to try. I'd also really like to try the shade Cherry. It's very different than anything else I have. But yeah, it looks like a product that I think I would really like. And this would be a bit more of like this would be my treat myself type product. Clarins lip oil, like at $30. It's a little bit pricey. I mean, it's not super pricey. I think the Dior lip oils are much more expensive, and same with, actually I don't know how much the Merit one is off the top of my head. But the other or in this, so I guess I technically have 12 items on here because I was like, well, the Clarins one, or there is the Milani Fruit Fetish Lip Oil in Cherry Lime. I don't know how it compares to the Clarins one. Like, are they even in the same realm? Because lip oils can be sort of all over the place. I had some julep lip oils a long time ago and they were like oil. Like, they were very, very like oil. I did not like them at all. Whereas I feel like the NYX one, and actually even the e.l.f. one that I used, the e.l.f. one much more. The e.l.f. one was much more like a lip gloss. And yeah, I'm just curious to know if the Milani one or the Clarins one, what the texture is, what the feel is, what the taste is. Because you're definitely going to taste them because they're on your lips. The one I'm looking at with Milani is the Cherry Lime. Again, it's a different color for me. I don't have a lip oil in that kind of a color. And that's $11.99 at Shoppers Drug Mart. Item number 9 is the NYX Ultimate Eye Paints. They're the matte cream pigments. And the color I think I would get is the purple one. I think this is the name. It wasn't quite showing up properly on the Shoppers Drug Mart website, but I think the purple one is called Calling All Allies, and these retail for $14.99 at Shoppers Drug Mart. And this is a product, again, maybe kind of like the vinyl inks, that I'm not sure I'm going to like this product, but I really, really want to try it. I feel like it's really out of my comfort zone, but I see, again, this is maybe me being like influenced. No, this is totally me being influenced. I see stuff on like Instagram or wherever, and the photos and things that people are doing with these look so cool, and I kind of want to do that too. Which I probably can't do that, but you know, I can dream. Well, I definitely can't do it if I don't have the product, right? That's how it works. So yeah, I don't think I would buy like all the colors. I was looking at like the pink, the purple, and the blue. I feel like those 3 would be the colors that I would want the most. But I think the purple one, originally I was thinking the pink. Like, I default to like pink all the time, and I was like, no, the purple one would be really nice. It would go well with the hair. So I think I might get the purple one. Item number 10 is the Too Faced Lady Bold Cream Lipstick in I'm Thriving. So these came out a while ago, and I'm pretty sure the testing, they called them Lady Balls, or there was a red called Lady Balls, and that clearly, Too Faced, like, sometimes you say stupid things. So they rebranded this to the Lady Bold Cream Lipstick, and everybody that I've heard talk about these, like, these feel very underrated because people don't seem to be broadly talking about them, but the few times that I catch somebody talking about them, they really, really like them. I'm not sure which shade though. Like, I look at I'm Thriving and I'm like, that's a pretty shade, but certain shades that look sort of nude or neutral end up being pretty light on me in a strange way. So the other shade, I don't have it written down here, Something Queen. There was another shade that was a bit deeper that I was like, maybe that shade might be better for me. I'd have to maybe swatch these. I think I can probably swatch these in a Shoppers Drug Mart to see which one would be the better shade for me. But I do love a good cream lipstick, and again, everybody seems to really like this formula. So I feel like I would really like this. Again, this would be more of a treat myself type thing. I've been trying to hold off on buying too many lip products, or too many lipsticks, like lipstick bullets, because I definitely do not go through lipstick bullets, like, at all. And I've already got a lot. So I need to just, be cautious in my lipstick purchases. And then speaking of lip products, the last one in my list to talk about today is the L'Oreal Paris Glow Paradise Balm-in-Gloss Lip Balm, and the shades I was looking at were Rose Harmony or Feathery Fleur. It's a really long name for that product. These are $10.99 right now on sale. I think they retail for $13.99. And I know people were talking about, L'Oreal had released like a gloss balm, sort of like the Revlon lip butter, or like they had another gloss. I have one of them. I forget what it's called. But they didn't land. People didn't seem to really like those. But then everybody that I've heard that's talked about these, the lip glosses essentially, have really, really liked them. So I'm super intrigued because I feel like this would be a lip gloss that I might really, really like. So I'd like to try this. Again, I'm kind of looking at more of the brownie nude pinks, so the Rose Harmony or the Feathery Fleur seem to be the ones that I think would be the colors I would like the best. But I'd have to maybe see in store to see which shade would actually, it's hard though, you can't swatch these, but at least I could see the sort of the shade in the tube to see if what I see online is sort of matching what I'm thinking before buying. So yeah, in total there's technically 12 items on this list if I bought both lip oils, and if I bought everything, including both lip oils, it would cost me around $315.94. So that's a little bit more than my $100 gift card. So I'm gonna have to pare things down and think about what I'm gonna buy. But yeah, these were the things that sort of caught my eye. There was more, like, so I have a favorites list on Shoppers Drug Mart. There is some more things that I have favorited, but these were sort of like the top ones that sort of jumped out at me as things that I'm really, really interested in. Of course, I'm gonna have to narrow it down. And yet, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna have to narrow this down, but I'm super curious. Is there some drugstore makeup item that I haven't mentioned either today, or if you've watched my channel, you know some of the stuff that I haven't mentioned that you really think I would like? I would like to know, because I'd like to try it. I think I want to maybe keep this purchase round for actual drugstore type makeup, considering I'm buying it at Shoppers Drug Mart. I might not buy it all at once. I'm deciding, do I buy it online? I might wait until there's like a points deal or something and then use the gift card online. Or I might just buy things sort of over the month as things come up on sale, because some of these things, like I said, that Lumi bronzer at $21.99, I don't want to pay $21.99 for that. I want that to be on a sale price, please, before I buy it. Again, same with some of the other things, like the Vinyl Ink liquid lipstick. It's $16.99. I'm sure it could go down to like $14.99 potentially. But I might not do that over the next month, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the gift card, but these are things that I'm looking at and what I'm thinking about. Again, I want to treat myself a little bit with this gift card and buy something fun. Anyway, that is I'm calling this sort of like my summer wish list, makeup wish list for now. If you like this video, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.